At the beginning of this story, we are shown a scene from 200,000 years ago, where a man named Tao had come with his tribe for hunting so that they could collect food for the winter. Then they saw a herd of wild buffaloes, and seeing this, Tao asked his people to be ready for the attack. Now these people slowly came closer to those wild buffaloes, and as soon as they got the chance, they attacked them. Now everything was fine till here, but then suddenly one of those buffaloes started chasing Tao's son Kita. Now since Kita had come for hunting for the first time, he got scared of this wild buffalo and started running away, but the fearful buffalo threw him in the air and injured him very badly. After this, he caught Kita in his horns and started moving towards the ditch with him. Now Tao also saw all this, and to save his son, he threw a spear at that buffalo. He threw it at the buffalo, but even after being injured, the buffalo did not stop and took Kita and threw him in the ditch. Now the story goes into flashback, and we are shown a scene from a week ago when the people of the tribe were preparing to go hunting and were making different kinds of weapons for themselves. That night, Kita's mother told Kita's father that he should not take his son for hunting because he is not ready for it yet, and he does not want to lose him at such a young age. On this, Kita's father said that winter is about to come, and if we do not go hunting, then our entire village will die of hunger. The next morning, Tao went out for hunting with the people of the tribe, and after walking for a long time, they all reached a monument made of stone which was built in the memory of their ancestors. This tribe has a custom according to which if someone is killed during hunting, then the people of the tribe build a stone in his memory. Memorials. Tao and his friends moved forward here. While they were hunting, they met another tribe. Now the people of this tribe were also out hunting, so all of them decided to move ahead together. That evening, all of them caught a wild boar, and the responsibility of killing this boar was given to Kita. Kita had never killed a mosquito till date, so killing this boar was a big thing. Seeing this, Tao was very disappointed and explained to Kita that if this continues, you will never be able to become the leader of this tribe, and I will have to give your place to someone else, even if I don't want to. Now when it was night, all of them lit a fire and sat near it and started cooking and eating their prey. But then they heard the sound of a wild animal, hearing which Tao asked everyone to be careful. But before they could think anything, a lion attacked them and took away a boy named Kappa. Now the next morning, these people built a memorial in the memory of Kappa and went in search of prey. They moved ahead. They all kept walking like this for hours, but they did not find any prey of any use today, and so they decided to spend the night in a stone cave. Here, Kita's father made a tattoo of stars on his hand and told him that when you follow these stars during the night, you will reach your tribe. Actually, it was a kind of map, so that if someone loses his way during hunting, he can reach his home by following these stars. Now the next morning, these people again went out in search of prey, and after walking a little distance, they saw the footprints of some wild buffaloes. After this, all these people slowly came closer to those buffaloes, and as soon as they got a chance, they attacked them together, and now this story came back to where it had started. A buffalo badly injured Kita and threw him into this big ditch. Here the people of the tribe thought that Kita had died after falling into the ditch. But when they went closer, they saw that he was still hanging from a rock. But before they could save him, Kita's hand slipped and he started going down into the abyss, but luckily, he did not fall straight into the abyss and fell unconscious on a rock hitting the stones. Seeing this, Tao started going down to save his son, but the rest of the tribe stopped him from doing so. They explained to Tao that now all this is of no use because it is impossible for anyone to survive after falling from such a height. However, Tao did not pay attention to this and sat on the edge of the rock and started calling his son. It was night by the time they saw him, but Kita did not regain consciousness till now, and so Tao also accepted that his son was no longer in this world. Now the next morning, with a heavy heart, the people of the tribe bid a final farewell to Kita and left for the tribe with their prey. A few hours passed like this, but the worm did not regain consciousness till now. Meanwhile, a vulture saw the worm, and thinking it to be dead, came near it. But as soon as the worm started eating the worm immediately regained consciousness and in one stroke, caught the vulture by the neck and threw it down. Now, seeing himself on this rock, the worm became very frightened and started screaming for help, but soon he realized that there was no one to help him. Now the worm did not want to die like this, so he gathered courage and started climbing that rock. After a lot of effort, he came up a little, but now there was no way to go further from here. But despite this, the worm did not give up and kept hanging on that rock with the help of his whole life. Now here his luck favored him, and very soon it started raining heavily. This torrential rain turned that big ditch into a river, and seeing this, the worm started crying. An idea came to his mind. Since Kata knew how to swim, he estimated the depth of the water and gathered courage to jump down, but he fell unconscious as soon as he fell into the water. When he regained consciousness the next morning, he was lying on the bank of a river. Kata had survived, but the condition of his leg was so bad that he was unable to move it properly. Actually, due to falling from such a height, the bone of his leg had dislocated and his leg had become completely numb. Now Kata gathered courage and stuck his leg between the stones and fixed his dislocated bone. After this, he used a piece of wood to support his leg and quickly reached the top of the rock from where he had fallen. When he reached the top and saw the memorial of his name, he was completely shattered and started crying bitterly. Then he heard some strange sounds, and when he looked back, he saw a pack of wolves. Before he could think anything, these wolves attacked him and started moving towards him rapidly. To save his life, Kata started climbing a nearby tree, but then one of these wolves caught his leg and started pulling him down. Seeing this, Kata immediately took out his weapon and attacked this wolf and injured him. After this, he climbed up the tree and decided to stay on this tree till the wolves left. It was night in no time, but these wolves were still not ready to leave from here. Kata had no other option, so he spent the whole night on this dry tree. The next morning, he saw that the injured wolf was still there, but his other companions had left from there. Now, first of all, Kata made a weapon from his knife, so that he could kill that injured wolf, because Kata knew that if he did not kill this wolf, then this wolf would kill him. After this, he climbed down. The wolf came and proceeded to kill the wolf, but when he looked into its eyes, he felt sorry for the injured wolf and changed his mind to kill it. However, he could not leave the wolf open like this, so he tied its mouth with a rope and lifted it on his shoulder and started moving forward. Now, after walking the whole day, both of them reached a small cave where they somehow spent their night. The next morning, Kata collected some herbs and ground them and applied them on his wound. Meanwhile, when Kata was drinking water, the wolf opened the rope tied to his mouth. Seeing this, Kata got a little scared at first, but then he calmed himself down and proceeded to give water to the wolf. Here the wolf tried to scare Kata by showing his teeth, but despite this, Kata remained calm and tried to give him water. Seeing this behavior of Kata, the wolf also became calm because he had understood that now he was not in any danger from Kira. After this, Kira cleaned the worms from the wolf's injury and applied a paste of herbs on it. Now that evening, Kira hunted a rabbit and started lighting a fire in the cave to cook it. During this, the wolf tried to snatch the rabbit from him, but Kira scared him and made him quiet. To show himself stronger, he started eating the rabbit raw. Seeing this, the wolf also got scared and quietly went and sat in a corner. Now that night, Kira felt relieved after eating food because he had not eaten anything for the last several days. Here he gave some food to the wolf also, and this wolf also started eating that food quietly like a pet dog. Now, since Kira was very injured, he decided to stay in the same cave for a few days. Days passed like this, and one night Kira saw the tattoos on his hand. Seeing this, he started missing his home, and she took the snow. Before falling, he decided to return to his home. Now the next morning, Kira left for his home and asked the wolf to go to his family. But when the wolf did not move, even after many attempts, Kira decided to move ahead alone. Now, as he went a little further, Kira noticed that someone was following him, and when he looked back, it was none other than the wolf. Here Kira tried to scare the wolf by throwing a stick, but instead of running away in fear, the wolf came to Kira by holding the stick in his mouth. This wolf was supposed to become a dog, but due to family pressure, the poor fellow became a wolf. Well, now as they went a little further, both of them saw some wild heads, and on seeing them, the wolf ran towards them to hunt them. Now, to escape from the wolf, these pigs ran towards Kira, but instead of killing them, Kira got scared of them and ran away. The wolf sat down and the pig ran away from there. The wolf was very disappointed with Kira because of him, both of them would have to sleep hungry today. However, very soon they became friends again, and Kira named him Alpha. That evening, Alpha saw a small rabbit, and this time, he did not make any mistake. He hunted the rabbit, and at night, both of them ate together. Now when it was time to sleep, Alpha slept clinging to Kira so that both of them did not feel cold. Days passed like this, and both of them kept moving towards their destination together. In the next few days, Kira also learned to hunt with the help of Alpha, and within no time, the friendship between these two became stronger. A few more days passed like this, and now the winter season had come all around. In winter, this entire area was covered with a white sheet of snow, and icy winds started blowing all around, but despite this, Ciarán and Alpha did not give up and kept moving towards their home even in this snowy weather. These both of them somehow managed to find their prey and survive by eating it. Now one day while walking, the ice beneath Ciarán's feet broke and he fell straight into the water. Actually, it was a small lake which had frozen up due to winter. Ciarán tried a lot to come up, but he was unable to find a way out. Meanwhile, Alpha thought of breaking the ice and taking out his friend, but the poor fellow's weight was not enough to break this thick layer of ice. Now, when Ciarán could not find a way, he quickly took out his knife and started breaking the ice from inside. After a lot of efforts, Ciarán finally broke the ice and came out of the water with the help of Alpha. After this, he quickly took off his clothes and lit a fire nearby to warm himself. Both of them spent the night here and continued their journey the next morning. After walking for a few hours, Ciarán reached the lake and started walking. After that, Ciarán saw a man sitting outside the tent. He became very happy to see him. But when he went closer and saw him, all his happiness vanished because the man had frozen to death. After this, Ciarán took the arrow and bow from the man and moved ahead with Alpha. Both of them kept walking like this for a long time, but after a while another problem knocked on the door. Both of them encountered a pack of wild dogs who attacked them as soon as they saw them. Now, to save themselves from these dogs, both of them quickly entered a cave and started waiting for the dogs in ambush. But when they did not see any movement, both of them relaxed and sat there. But they were unaware of the fact that the cave in which they were present belonged to a man-eating leopard. Before they could think of anything, a black panther appeared in front of them and attacked Ciarán as soon as he saw him. But every time a black panther attacked him, like last time, this time too, Alpha intervened and saved Ciarán from this leopard. He tried to save the leopard, but the leopard was very big in size and was overpowering Alpha. Seeing this, Ciarán took out his bow and arrow and with courage shot an arrow at the leopard. Luckily, Ciarán's arrow hit the target and the leopard fell on the ground. After this, Ciarán cleaned Alpha's wounds and applied herbal paste on them. Ciarán was thankful to Alpha because Alpha had saved his life many times in this journey, and so he wanted to take Alpha home with him. The next morning, both of them continued their journey again and kept moving forward slowly. After walking for many hours, Ciarán finally saw the monument which we had seen in the beginning of the movie, and this meant that now, both of them are very close to their destination. Seeing this, Ciarán became very happy and continued moving forward, but in the meantime, Alpha fell on the ground. Because he is very weak due to his wounds, seeing that Ciarán had already passed away, he understood that Alpha would not be able to walk on his feet anymore. So he took Alpha in his lap and started moving forward slowly. Finally, his hard work paid off and he reached a place and saw his colony from a distance. Ciarán was very happy to see his colony after so many days. After this, he quickly reached his colony where he fell on the ground. Now, when Ciarán's parents saw him, the ground slipped under their feet and they immediately hugged Ciarán. Here, Ciarán asked his uncle to save Alpha alive at any cost, and as soon as he said this, he fainted. After a few hours, when Ciarán regained consciousness, he was inside his house, and Alpha was also lying next to him. Here he came to know that Alpha had given birth to some small children. This meant that Alpha was a female wolf, and she was pregnant during this entire journey. Despite this, she was still pregnant. He supported Ciarán at every step and saved his life many times. Knowing this, Ciarán's love for Alpha increased and he hugged Alpha.